Hi, Scorpio. Welcome back. So, Scorpio, this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, meaning the roles can be reversed. Feel free to flip them if you need to. My readings are timeless as well, so I just trust that when this finds you, it's for you. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So, before I get into the cards, Scorpio, I got some channeled messages when I was meditating on the collective Scorpio energy. And I got clearly a song by Christina Aguilera, Genie in a Bottle, which I actually haven't heard that song in a while. That song could be significant, that artist, but most of the time when I get music, it's because of the lyrics or some sort of symbolic significance, but take it as it resonates. So she says, I'm a genie in a bottle, you gotta rub me the right way. So I get like that there is like a magical type of energy around this connection, right? Or needing to feel something out, you know, wanting to be approached in the right way, wanting to be rubbed the right way, maybe after a time period of being rubbed the wrong way. It's like not everyone just being able to have access to you, Scorpio, but they give me the word finagle. It's like needing to do some finagling, whether that comes to you or the person you're connecting with, like kind of needing to soothe the energy around it, wanting to be talked to in the right way, wanting to be approached in the right way. Either that's something you're demanding out of other people, or that could be like how you feel about the person you're connecting with. I did get the term walking on eggshells. So some of you may feel at times that you're walking on eggshells around this person, or they you. But that was the message that I clearly got through the meditation session. And I also got an image of dragons. So I don't know what the symbolic meaning of dragons are. I saw specifically one up close and the eye blinking. But maybe check out dragons. Maybe dragons are significant to you. It looked like an ancient time, like Chinese dragon, to be really specific, which is interesting. I used to have like little sculptures around my house when I was little. My mom collected them. They were marble dragons. And that's kind of what it looked like a real dragon turning into a marble dragon. So whatever, take it for what it's worth. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, then maybe the rest of the reading will. So those are kind of the channeled messages. Now we're going to get into the cards. I already have one card out, which is the 9th house of seeking. So this is Sagittarian energy for some of you. You might have that in your birth chart or be dealing with one, or it's just like the influencing vibes. So this talks about adventures and thinking outside of the box and travel and opening yourself up to new ideas and new cultures. It could be that you and this person have a differing culture or a differing background. And sometimes you come together with people that have different experiences in life than you, so that it can help to expand you, or that you can help to expand them, right? Oftentimes it doesn't suit us to constantly attract people that are exactly like us, because there's not much to be learned there. So sometimes we attract people that seem very different, or come from a different culture or a different background or a different mindset than us, so that we can kind of help to expand our ideas of life, our ideas of relationships. So you and this person might have key core differences, but yet at the same time, if it's used correctly, it could infuse both of you with a higher understanding of self and each other. So you may find that you have different takes on life in general, different belief structures, different religions, that type of stuff, okay? But I think the commonalities between you and this person are far greater than maybe you recognize, Scorpio, or maybe than you give attention to, okay? So, and it could also be that you're seeking this in other areas or other relationships in your life. It could be that you're purposely seeking out partners that are unique or different from what you're used to as well. Woo, this card flew out. And then this one, 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, 5 of Cups in the upright. Let me see what this person's overall energy is. 4 of Pentacles. So, Scorpio, I only wanted 1 card, but you got 2 cards here. So you have the 5 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. The 5 of Cups talks about sadness and having the blues in this deck. And then the 7 of Pentacles is in the reverse, not being able to have hindsight or foresight when it comes to how you're feeling about relationships and love in general right now. There might be a sense of loss surrounding relationships, whether that be from the past or from the current connection that's showing up. But it's a sense of like, not really knowing where to put your focus, not really finding, you know, that you want to invest time and energy into a person or to other people. It's like being pulled back into the sadness, Scorpio, that's keeping you from being able to like fully execute your vision for what it is that you're wanting. Some of you could have felt like it was a waste of time, you know, or that it wasn't worth investing in anymore when it comes to this person. And if you are in that place, right, then that was coming from a place of feeling at a loss or feeling sad. And so it's like, well, I don't want to feel this way anymore, so maybe it's not worth my time and energy to see this through or to give it any more of my time and energy. It's almost like coming from a place of depletion. And like I said, for some of you, it's not related to this person, but it's like relationships in the past for some of you have damaged your ability to believe in longevity in relationships because of prior loss. So sometimes we accidentally bring baggage into relationships because we haven't really healed that part of ourselves. And so some of you may have unknowingly or are unknowingly bringing in old baggage, but into new connections. So beware of that. Then this person has the 4 of Pentacles, which is wanting a sense of control, all right, stability in their life. This person, not so much in the energy of trying to seek out like the unfamiliar or risky right now. This person wanting to feel more secure in their environment and not really wanting to budge off of that. This is kind of a stubborn energy. It is a fixed energy as well. So you could be dealing with a fixed sign, but doesn't have to be. So let's see what led up to this for you, Scorpio, and the recent past, what led up to the now moment, and then we're going to look at perception and how you think about each other. Then we're going to look at how you feel underneath it all, your hopes, and most likely future outcome. So, recent past energy for Scorpio. I'm getting a song by Michael Jackson. It's called Do You Remember the Time? That might not be actually what it's titled, but he says, do you remember the time when we fell in love? So, I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. It could be for you or your cross watcher. Now the rest of the song's wanting to come through. The part where, okay, so there's a part of the song too where he says, when we first met, do you remember? So there's almost like a look back period going on here within the energy Scorpio of somebody remembering back to who someone was when they first met, or trying to retrace their steps, or you trying to retrace your steps as to like when you first met this person, what was going on in your life, what was going on in their life, like how did you come to attract each other? And if you haven't done that deep dive into looking into that, then maybe this is some guidance to look at that. I find it's very telling about like what someone's purpose is in our life based on when they came into our life. Meaning like, what were you personally going through when this person popped into your existence? And what were they personally going through when you popped into their existence, and see if there's commonalities there between what you were going through and that person. And that'll be like a telltale as to the significance of the connection or why the connection came into being. So there's something about remembering the time when you first met. All right. So, Two of Wands, the Hierophant, the Eight of Pentacles. Scorpio, this is looking back to the time when you first met. It's like literally in the cards, okay? Like, look at that depiction. Looking back in time. All right. And then again, here's the Hierophant, which often represents our belief structures, okay? And something about the belief structures being highlighted again. I feel some of you feel you were divinely guided to this person through the work you came here to do. All right, so some of you might be spiritual workers or light workers, or you might have same or similar goals or gifts as this person. It's like something about feeling that this person is in alignment with what you came here to work on. It might not even be related to like what you actually do for a living, but feeling like there is a major lesson to be learned about something internally that also needed to be worked on when it came to establishments, relationships, and belief structures. And in particular, your belief structures around committed relationships. And also this connection could have had you throwing yourself into your work as a means of keeping yourself busy and occupied, etc., while you kind of do some thinking back to the time. All right, so this person's in the Two of Pentacles, recent past, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Cups. This card flipped, but I'm not going to keep it, but I'll take a look at it, the Empress. So, Scorpio, this person has definitely went back and forth in the past, but ultimately I feel like this person felt too heavy in the energy or too burdensome. And it's almost like this person having this split energy of indecisiveness going on within them between their head and their heart, and getting stuck there. And because they got stuck there and getting so heavy that it just kind of shoved them towards like finding their purpose and what their emotional fulfillment is, because the pressure became too much. So I'm actually getting an image right now of, you know, like they're showing me like a squishy ball, and if you squeeze on it hard enough, it comes like shooting out, like like that. That's a weird image, but you get what I mean. Like the pressure got so much on this person, it literally like shot them out in a different direction. Otherwise they were going to be crushed under the pressure. And I felt like this person likely buckled under the pressure, Scorpio, and at the same time, that pressure kind of pushed them to find what it is in their life that was missing inside of them, and help them to reconnect with their Ten of Cups, their emotional fulfillment, and help them to feel out where it is in their life that they feel satisfied and where it is that they don't, where they feel despair. Because I do feel like this person was bouncing back and forth between despair and elation, and despair and elation. You know, like really extreme highs, really extreme lows, and it was taxing on this person's energy to go back and forth like that. So let's look at perception then, Scorpio, and see what's going on there. Keep in mind that perception is in the eye of the beholder, so it may be your truth, but it may not be this person's truth. Okay, so how does Scorpio see this person? The High Priestess. Oh, the Five of Cups is out twice. Okay. The Wheel. So the Five of Cups is out twice now in the cards. So there's an immense amount of regret around this. Whether that's coming from you or from them or both, I'm not sure. But it's a deep feeling of loss. You felt, I think for a lot of you, extremely spiritually connected to this person. And feeling the loss of that connection feels like a lesson more than a blessing. And or that could be how this person feels, but I'm picking it up on your side. I heard that you knew better, or you felt like there's something here about knowing better. Like you felt like this person should know better, or that you should know better. You should have known better. It's the sense here again, Scorpio, of being spiritually drawn to someone, but at a loss as to why that is, because it doesn't feel or hasn't felt like you gained anything from it. You know, to you, it might have felt more like a hard slap from the universe, or a hard lesson that, you know, yeah, there might be a blessing in it somewhere, but you just don't feel like the blessing was worth it, or, and that could just be a small blip in your consciousness, you know, getting down on yourself or getting in a down moment and just feeling like, I learned from that, but it doesn't make me feel better about it, you know, and sometimes that's okay. Sometimes we realize that we've grown from a situation, but we still don't like the outcome, right? And usually if you have accepted the spiritual growth, but you still don't feel completed within a connection, it's likely because there is still more to play out in the connection, whether that be on a spiritual plane or on the physical 3D. You know, when you get to that point where you're like, I feel like I've learned all I needed to learn, I can see that now, and I'm ready to be over this, but you still feel connected to the person, it's likely because there's a cord of attachment there, and that the story still goes on, right? Like looking for closure and the universe not giving you closure because it's not time to close it out yet. Like all that you think you've learned everything there is to know about it, but there's still more to be seen or experienced, you know? And so sometimes when we try to like cut off our emotion to a person that like our higher self knows that we still have something to develop within it or to heal around it, it won't really allow that to close out, and it doesn't always feel fair, but that's because you don't have the bigger picture of what is to come, right? So that was really long-winded, but that's how I feel. Let's see how this person perceives the connection. The Fool, the Moon, and Justice. This person has the Four of Pentacles again. So your Five of Cups showed up twice. This person, the Four of Pentacles, has showed up twice. So major control issues here on this person's end, or this very closed off energy, okay? I heard it's palpable. It's palpable. Some of you, it's like the emotions are palpable within yourself or within this person. See, this person feels like that there's a lot of riskiness around genuinely feeling their emotions when it comes to the connection. I'm getting that this person has fallen in love with you, Scorpio, or has fallen in love with you in the past. And there's a deep emotion here, and then justice. So this person trying to stay afloat. It's almost like this person, I can't get the words out. And I'm getting a Alicia Keys song, I Keep on Falling in and out of love with you. So that could be a repetitious pattern in the connection where you keep falling in and out of love with each other, or this person keeps falling in and out of love with the connection, or maybe that's just their persona. They fall hard and then they fall out just as hard. You know, like that could be how they try to keep their balance or keep their calm. I get that this person sees two different sides to you though, Scorpio. This person may also feel like you fell really hard for them. But I get that this is mostly their energy, although both could be true. And yet wanting to seem like it's not as big of a deal as it is. Okay, so someone within the connection falling really hard, or both falling really hard in love, and then acting like that's, you know, it's just a surface level connection when there's nothing surface level about the connection, right? So that could have been something that's occurred between the both of you, whether that be you doing it or they doing it. So let's look at the emotions. That was perception, how they see it, how you see it. Now we're going to go into the emotional space and see how you're feeling underneath it all. Ah, that was a misfire. No. Sorry. I wasn't ready yet. Okay, how does Scorpio feel underneath it all? Page of Pentacles, the Two of Cups. Wow, the Strength card. So you feel pretty strongly about this connection, or just relationships in general right now. I get that there's a lot of untapped potential here within the heart space, but feeling pretty confident that you feel a soulmate connection or a deep connection with this person. Like there's not any uncertainty here that's showing up in the heart space. This is all very certain energy, okay? Some of you feel like you're confident that you know the purpose for this connection. Sorry, that took me a minute to get through. Now, whether that's true or real, I don't know. You would have to access your highest self and ask that question, but that's how you feel about it either way. Like, I know the reason for the connection. I almost feel like you're like, I don't even need this reading for you to tell me. I know why this connection's in my life. Like that type of certainty, which, hey, Scorpios are a fixed sign. So when you get fixated on something or an idea, you're gonna take that to the bank, right? Like you're not gonna move off of that. And I feel like you're very certain about how you feel, and I don't feel like you're gonna be much persuaded in that. I did want to get one more. Yeah, Knight of Cups. So some of you want to emotionally express, or you're being encouraged to emotionally express during this time frame. You might be wanting to, a song in my head, I want to lay you down on a bed of roses, and tonight I will sleep on a bed of nails. That is Bon Jovi. All right. So I have some romantic Scorpios in here. I can see that. Or this person may pull at the more romantic parts of you, the parts of you that want to give it all, you know. And or like this, I feel like this person pulls it out in you, but you could also pull that out in another person, right? So let's see how this person's feeling underneath it all. The Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles. I did not mean to get this many. Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Two of Wands. We'll keep that one at the bottom of the deck. And the Hermit. So Scorpio, emotionally, this person is looking to move forward. I feel like this person is looking for commitment in their life, or to stay committed to whatever it is that they've set their mind on. This person might be heavily geared towards their independence and their finances, but also their own spirituality and their own spiritual path, and wanting to stay committed to whatever they feel is in their highest good, or whatever they feel is on their spiritual path. That's why I'm saying, like, I think you and this person might have same but also very differing belief structures, especially when it comes to how you deal with spirituality and emotions. This person is showing up as like very stubborn in their belief systems. You know, not like you won't be persuaded when it comes to how you're feeling. This person is not going to be persuaded in how they're thinking, you know. So again, there seems to be opposition, but when you narrow it down, both coming from the same stubborn type of mentality or, you know, emotional stance, right? So not as different as you think. This person wants to see forward momentum and growth at this point. So they're looking in that direction right now, Scorpio, and really trying to do some soul searching around, I guess, their next moves, or some of them might even be considered moving. As I literally, this card talks about movement, moving, travel, etc. I just feel like they're giving me the word wanderer or wondered. Like this person wonders a lot. But it doesn't really amount to much. It's like a lot of wondering. It almost gives me this feel, and I don't mean to pause, but I want to make sure I get the message right. It almost gives me this feel of like wandering around, absent-mindedness, not really getting like things accomplished because there's a lot of disjointed thinking or wondering going on within the thought process. This person may wander in different directions, you know, like not always predictable in what it is that they're thinking or saying or doing, you know. I got the term wanderer. So let's see what the hopes are. You have the moon here. So you want to get to the heart of something, you know. The moon is an illumination of secrets. It is pulling out the more spiritual aspects of a connection. All right, so some of you want to like reveal something to this person, or you want them to reveal how they really feel, which you feel that this person, I think, is secretive or suppresses, especially if you think that they suppress. I feel like that drives you insane as a Scorpio, because you want to know everything that this person feels and thinks, and you kind of want to have them expose themselves to you. It's a very Scorpio-like thing to do. To want to know all of what makes someone tick, wanting to definitely know how someone feels, like that type of energy. You might be the wanderer. It could be that I picked up that word for you, but it could be that you both share similar traits like that. This person wants the Page of Cups. So this is my card of friendship, but it's also like a shallow type of connection. Like I said earlier, it could have been that there was a lot of deep emotion, but on the surface, you might not have known that, or other people might not have known that. And it's because there is like this desire to keep it somewhat superficial as a protection method, so that this person can stay more in control. I think that this person fears losing that control if they are too in their emotions, and so it feels safer to them to maybe keep people at an arm's length, or to maintain like lower level or shallow relationships, like friendships and like hi-bye relationships, like this person not really comfortable in having like in-depth, in-tune relationships. It's funny because you want to see like the depth of this person, and they're wanting more of like, I don't want to say a shallow connection, but they're not in that space. They're more of like, let's just keep it light for now, right? But I don't want to make it sound like this person doesn't want or isn't open to the Scorpio, because this is the open-minded card. So I feel like this person is trying to be open-minded. So let's see what the most likely future outcome is based on free will. The Fool, the Chariot, that card, the Magician, and the Six of Swords, and the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and the Lovers underneath that. So, Scorpio, this is that risky energy I felt earlier. So another repeating card. They saw you as in the Fool energy, and then here you are in the future energy showing up again. So some of you, it might feel risky, but I feel like you want to move forward anyways and manifest something that helps you to move forward. What are you wanting to manifest though? So I also feel movement on your end. You might be wanting to manifest really spiritual distance from this person. You might not like feeling entangled in this person's cord of attachment. I don't know. Some of you want to manifest movement towards the connection. So I feel like there's two groups of you here. You'll know which one you're in, right? Some of you are going back and forth between the two of like, do I want to move forward with manifesting things, or do I want to continue to create distance, and kind of going in circles about this, all right? Some of you, it's like you keep trying to get closure, but there's still open, there's still an open-ended vibe to the connection. You know what I'm saying? Like saying it's done, it's this, it's this, it's this, but then energetically or spiritually, there's still, it lingers, right? And so sometimes that's like universe's way of saying, well, it's not time for that right now, and there's still another cycle in the connection. But of course you have free will, so you could choose to ignore that tug and continue to move forward anyways, and the universe will realign with you, but it will feel kind of like you're swimming against the current, because there's an easier way, is what they're saying. There's a downstream way, there's an easier way to get where you're going without the harsh energy, right? And I feel like things are being moved energetically around the connection to help you to find the path of least resistance that's going to allow you the easiest transition into the next chapter, whether it be with the person or not with the person, whatever. But it's almost like you have to come at it from a different angle here, Scorpio, and it does require some sort of act of faith in order for things to move forward and to manifest, rather than repeating karma or repeating whatever this is. So I've never gotten this message from this card before, but I'm just realizing what this depiction is showing. So, you know, we all have an energetic field around us, right? And I mean, science has proven that through technology like MRIs, CT scans, EKGs. You know, we have frequencies that we emit around our body, and it's like the frequencies that you emit, Scorpio, are coming from your thought processes and your emotions about it. And that's kind of like, if you could see people's energy, some people would call this an aura, you could read some of their frequencies, their thoughts. But most people can't visually see it. Most people feel it, you know, when you meet someone and you feel instantly repulsed, you know, or instantly afraid. You're reading their energy through your other senses. Vice versa, when you meet someone and you like have an instant connection or you're instantly in love with them, there's something that is agreeing with your vibrational frequency. It's kind of how we feel out who's for us and who's not for us. So I say all that to say there's some similarity between your vibrational frequency and this person's vibrational frequency, and you feel it when you're around them. Like you may notice that the emotional response that this person evokes in you, no one else evokes in you. But when it's mostly when you're physically near them, although some of you may be able to feel it even when you are not physically near them. So it's not unique that you can feel someone's energy, you do it every day. It's unique that this person's energy affects you in a different way than other people's energy. So you have the Five of Swords. It's so funny because right before this came out, I was getting ready to say, like, this part of my head is really hurting right now. I don't know why, just from here over. And then I got the Five of Swords out. He's rubbing his head. This person is feeling a sense of disconnection here. It's like this person has a vision of what it is, or they can sense it maybe in dreams or meditative states, but then they feel a complete disconnection to the reality of it. And because this person does not get some sort of validation in the 3D physical or see any proof of what it is that they're feeling, They second guess themselves. They go into insecurity. They doubt the connection. They start focusing elsewhere. And this is the pressure that pushes this person in a different direction, like I said. And it's like, this person is very much someone who needs to see it to believe it. Well, I don't want to say that. I feel like, well, yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I'm going back and forth on that. Maybe this person goes back and forth between like being a believer, because I hear believer playing. I just noticed this in the back of my mind by Imagine Dragons. He says, pain, you make me a believer. So it's like sometimes this person feels comfortable with the way that they're thinking about something, but then sometimes when they don't see proof or validation of it, or they don't get that validation from you, Scorpio, they go into a deep sense of insecurity, a deep sense of fear. It creates instability and a tower moment. And what's going to come out of the tower? You, the King of Cups. Why the King of Cups? And the Eight of Pentacles. So, they gave me the term auditory. Auditory. So you could be clairaudient, Scorpio. I am clairaudient, meaning I get messages through music, sound. Well, I mean, you can't hear it, but I can hear it. But I don't know why I got that word. There is like a visualization going on, right? This person trying to visualize, or you trying to visualize how this is going to work. And because this person, they can't visualize it, as hard as they try, they cannot see how this is going to work, or how it's going to work in their favor for some of them. And so they just, it's just easier to just brush it off as just a disconnection that they have to deal with, and be okay with not knowing, because no matter how hard they try, they can't seem to know or understand maybe what's going on within your energy field. This person may have trouble seeing the truth as well of how they are feeling. And it's interesting because there's some sort of universal intervention coming in that surprises this person. And it's in connection to the King of Cups, which is your energy, whether you're male or female, because it's a general reading. And it throws them off. So some of you, Scorpio, are trying to manifest this person, and they sense it, right? They sense it, they know it, they know that you're thinking of them, or they know, you know, they feel your energy. You may pop into their mind and they sense it, but beyond that, they don't feel a connection, or they don't see anything tangible, or they don't see how, okay, well, how's that going to work or something? And so it leaves them in a sense of frustration. And yet, here's the Two of Cups of the Death card. So they feel the connection here, even if they can't make sense of it. Wow. So let's get some Osho Zen cards, and we'll leave it there. You have the card of comparisons. Well, I didn't mean to get that one. Laziness. Well, now they're just spilling out. Stress. Oh gosh. That's falling on this person's side. Intensity. Yes, I knew that. And yours is comparison and participation. So remember when I gave that really weird visual of like someone being under such an amount of stress or pressure that it just, they can't take it anymore. So they just flee the scene, or they shoot off into a different direction. This is just kind of further validation of that. Like, this person almost getting lazy in the energy, like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna try to find peace or joy anyways, and then the stress piling up and it becoming so intense. And if you see this depiction, it's literally shooting this energy in a different direction. So that's kind of what's going on with them. Yours is comparison and participation. So there's something here about not comparing this person to others, or there not being a comparison, or, you know, don't compare this connection to other connections. They're encouraging you to participate fully in what it is that you're feeling. And I heard, and Spirit's got your back. I have the song, It Takes Two, baby. It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. Me and you. Alright, so then you have new beginnings here. I also feel there's an integration between your higher and your lower self. It takes two. Higher, lower self, ego, soul. But take it as it resonates. New beginnings. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage and faith, because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. So there's some sort of new beginning here coming. Scorpio. Really interesting reading. I'm going to leave it there. Zodiac signs you might be dealing with or might have in your chart. I have Scorpio energy, Pisces, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer, Aries, Pisces. I keep getting the same signs. Leo, Taurus. All right, those are the predominant zodiac signs, but since it's a general reading, that could be, you could be dealing with any zodiac sign. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me also on Facebook and Instagram, linked down in the description box below. Tarot Time with Dana. I do go live on those platforms as well, so don't miss out. And for those of you who'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so in the About section. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Scorpio. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.